What kind of oil are you using?
Huh?
What kind of oil?
I use vegetable oil, but normally we don't use oil because we use the fat to make them oil. But it's because there's not so much fat, and that's why I put a little bit oil.
Okay.
Yeah. But I don't blend them out.
So if anybody has any questions, just type them into the chat and we'll relay them to Marife and Daniela as we go here. Farai, can you take a scan of the table of the ingredients again? Because I forgot to hit record.
Okay. So you want me to go back there and just?
Yeah, just take a scan of the table again.
Okay. Hmm?
After this session, we'll be posting this onto our YouTube channel under Filipino cuisine for cultural fusion world flavors, Filipino cuisine. All the other weeks, other cuisines are already posted there. The ingredients are all listed on our website, Edmonton Intercultural Center /programs, and then go down to the Filipino cuisine. And all the ingredients are listed there as Marife and Daniela are using. Is anybody actually on here cooking this as Marife's cooking? Oh, there we have Tamara's cooking this as we are. So she's just browning the meat right now. It's take a bit. While Millie's on again, she's cooking her weekly meal with us. Well, I think she eats more than weekly, but her weekly international cuisine meal. Karen is asking if there's places in town that specialize in Filipino ingredients. Do you want to answer that, Marife? The Filipino places in town, or I can answer that because we go shopping there. So Asian market is one of our common places for Filipino foods, ingredients. Also, there's a place on the west side of the city. It's called Seafood City. They carry a lot of Filipino foods, from takeout to all the different ingredients, bakery, meats, fish, all that. We find it a little pricey there, but we can get it at other T&T, Asian Market, Lucky 97, other places, right? There is a few specialty Filipino stores, like little convenience, they call them sari-sari stores, that you can look up online, and they handle the special ingredients like the banana sprouts, for an example. Banana blossoms, you can't find them in the big stores. We have to get them from the Filipino stores.
Cook adobo into dried spirit all the time. So He always spoke at him. His son also likes it to do. His favorite.
So this meal is popular with the guys. The guys like the.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're having some difficulty hearing. Can you move the microphone closer, Bri?
Uh, okay. The camera won't move closer to.
Okay, then we're gonna have to speak up a bit.
Okay.
So we have to speak louder. Louder. So the outside, I have just to cook them for a few minutes each. And I will always put all over. I will then get into my face.
Okay, so she's browning the meat. There's no seasoning in the meat or there's no marinated ahead of time because there is a lot of ingredients that will blend with the meat as the dish develops here. She's just actually right, just browning the pork in a little bit of oil and along with its own fat, right?
Whoa, be careful. Ah! Oh my God. It hit me.
I think they're getting splattered with grease. Sounds like it.
But I ran away. I'm having start swimming. I will run away. I just make it a little bit
So it's
longer.
not a full cook right now on the meat. It's just browning, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
So I think for this particular meal, she's used about two kgs of meat just to get a decent portion. You're having this with rice, is that correct?
No? Yeah, so while I'm cooking this stuff, so I'm gonna show you how I cook the rice, white rice. So this is how I cook the rice. So this is six starters, right? This is always with plain rice for the when we're making pork adobo. So 6 cups of rice for this and 7 cups of water. So this is how I work.
Okay, so she's washing the rice ahead of time in a rice strainer. And this is jasmine rice. We prefer the jasmine rice with our big bags of rice that we purchase. We do eat a lot of rice here, so.
I'm gonna drain the rice for maybe 3 minutes, 2 minutes for this. And before I cook. Yeah, there you go. And then I'm gonna come back to my pork again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's got to tend the pork a little bit there. So getting browning. Okay.
how they cook. But sometimes when people don't want to cook this way because it's more like a lot of oil and frying and this plate together. But sometimes I can cook more just make direct to the pot and put all the ingredients, but it's because the fish is on the soul. So I want to show them that is how they will be cooked with adobo.
So you're not fully cooking the pork right now. Once it's browned, Tamara is asking here, once it's browned, you remove it from the pan, the fry pan. You're using a cast iron fry pan in this this cooking here, but you just remove it from the so you don't overcook it, and then it'll go back in later. So you're just basically browning all the sides of it, right? And Karen is asking, would adobo be considered a daily meal item or reserved for special occasions?
No. That actually question.
Did you hear that question?
What?
Karen is asking, would adobo be considered a daily meal item or reserved for special occasions?
So would you eat it every day, or would you eat it once in a while? No, we don't cook it. We don't eat it every day. So maybe once a month or twice a month we have to cook it.
Yeah, so it'd be in your meal selections, but it definitely would be at everybody's birthday along with pancit. It's one of those go-to dishes that everybody likes. You can make it with different types of meat, pork, and it's often done with chicken also. Or sometimes they mix them, pork and chicken adobo, right? But it is definitely served at occasions like birthdays, correct?
Is Brett is asking if this is usually on special occasions like birthdays. Like is it the usual thing when you're making adobo it's for a special occasion like a birthday? Or
Yeah, we usually will go to a party like leading birthday party. So people always make adobo. Pancit canton, we call it pancit canton for birthday. It's very special for a birthday to make a pancit canton like a noodle. We call it pancit canton. But every occasion we have pork adobo.
And they don't just make a little bit of it. When they cook for occasions, for birthdays, it's like a lot to feed everybody. Feed all your neighbors and all your family.
Make sure to bring your Tupperware.
So you've almost got it all browned, right? And then you'll go back to the rice.
they stew a little bit more, right?
Oh,
They stew like a little bit more fresh.
yeah.
Yeah. It's very
I don't know whether.
It takes a little bit longer for cooking and use the bowl when you cook everything in the pot. So,
Yeah.
and then It's very frustrating when you talk about sometimes a lot of
So do you have to go through this every time you make adobo? You gotta
Yeah,
escape
this is
the
dangerous
water?
dish, I think, right?
I don't cook this much, but this is our food. But yeah, when you cook, you have to be careful because the
Yeah,
oil is flying all over. Be careful of the oil.
it's quite advisable to have a long sleeve. Something.
Yeah.
So I think because of the sizzling here, you're having trouble hearing us. Or hearing,
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are having a hard time hearing us on this end?
well, I can hear you fine, but there's a few people that are having trouble, but I think it's because of the sizzling here that we don't hear. But it's starting to look good. It's getting brown. So yeah, Tamara's already finished. She beat you finishing her pork. So maybe Tamara just hold off for a bit and she'll be moving on to the other steps as we go here.
Ella do the rice, so she knows how to make the rice. So I teach her already how to make rice. So Ella can do.
So Farai, when Aniela's or Faye's finishing the pork, maybe you could, Aniela can show everybody the rice.
Oh, okay.
So they use a rice cooker all the time when making rice. So Aniela is going to demonstrate the cooking of the rice. So she's got, I think it's, how many cups of rice do you have there, Aniela?
6 cups and 6 cups of rice and 7 cups of water.
Okay, so you have the rice there, 6 cups,
Yeah.
and you're gonna add 7 cups, full cups of water. Now, when it's cups, it's the rice cooker cups, right?
Yeah. This one. Yep. This one.
Yeah, show us when you get the water. Yep.
Mom, did you already add the water? This is 6 cups of water. You know how many cups? Yeah. The cup you just put something. Oh, are you okay?
Okay, so I'll count the cups of water, so you don't lose count.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. 7. So that was 7 cups. The thing with rice is, say you put 4 cups of water in, or 4 cups of rice, you always have to put 1 cup more of water.
And you always have to remember to push the start button, right?
Unlike Magnika, yeah.
That's all right. Is it time? Is it time or just this?
Just like this thing, once this thing is done,
Yeah.
it just stops.
Oh.
And then it says, I think it's like P4 or something.
Mhm.
I can't remember.
So that's all right. Already cooking there.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for the pork. It's still browning. It's almost there. Yeah.
No, I don't think it's fine.
We always use the rice cooker in our family here, so the only time we cook rice on the stove is when we're doing fried rice. Which is usually, it is always pre-cooked in the rice cooker.
Oil that I use, I only put 3 spoons of oil for that to cook adobo. So actually you don't have to put too much oil because it's already had a lot of oil and fat, right?
So you only use 3 tablespoons.
No,
How many spoons did you put on?
only 3 spoons.
3.
But look at that, because after you cook with the meat, there's oil that come out from the fat. That's why you don't have to put too much oil. You have to be careful when you touch this part very, very fast.
Yeah.
Okay. So, to start, what I can do is I have to put this one in the pan, in the big pan. I want
Right.
to drain a little bit the fat into the bowl. The oil and
So you're taking the meat out of the bowl, the fat is drained off to the bottom of the bowl, so
a
putting it
lot of
into
fat,
your,
and I don't want them going in here. I have to be careful. Yeah, so look at the fat. So that's why I have to do one by one to put in the pot because I don't want so much more oil to get into the pork adobo. So I want to do that. And then the next step is I gonna put all the spices in. So the first meat and then so
okay, so we'll repeat the spices as we put them in. So we have the pork in the pot. And she's adding,
one medium onion and one garlic. How to call it? Normally,
1 head of garlic.
yeah. So I put all of this one.
We like garlic. Is that why you're putting so much in?
So the garlic is supposed to be cut, but I'm not gonna cut them. I'm gonna smash them.
Blade was asking, is garlic one of your favorite
Yeah. So it's very good for smashing them. Side. She makes garlic.
Marie, Marie, is garlic one of your favorite ingredients?
Yeah, garlic and yeah, the garlic is the more the most important for the pork adobo.
No, is it one of your favorite
So,
ingredients, garlic?
huh?
Do you like garlic?
What?
Is garlic one of your favorite vegetables to use?
No. The most favorite is
Onion.
onion. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you drink garlic.
Yeah, you drink garlic.
I still like garlic. But
You drink garlic, but you like onion better.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so she's just cutting the ends off the garlic, and then I think she said she's gonna smash them.
Crush them. Bring out your hand.
Can you give me a plate for this one?
The smaller.
My assistant. Yeah. For this garlic, for this. Just the bowl. Yeah. Please. Thank you. So what I can do with garlic is like this. It's good like this. So the flavor go into the meat when you're doing this. So let's take this out. So I just put the whole thing in it.
So one head of smashed garlic.
So I normally put the whole thing of it to make them more flavors for it. Right?
So if you have less meat, would you have to use less garlic?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
So in the Philippines, there are so many kind of there's so many different how do you cook your adobo? Some people already put a beer, whiskey, alcohol,
Mhm.
whatever, Coke, Sprite, or 7-Up. So for my adobo, I would like to put Sprite.
7 up.
No, 7-Up. Yeah, 7-Up. So this is.
So it makes it more sweeter, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, you put the pork in a pot, and then you add the garlic in. And I don't think she's got it on heat yet. She's just blending everything together, and then she'll put it on the heat. I think the onion is next here.
So this is the onions like that. So I think.
So this is a medium yellow onion, chopped up fine or medium fine. And there'll be another onion going in at the last, and it's actually a sweet onion, and it'll be cut into rings. So save the sweet onion if you have it. That's the sweet onion. So it'll be cut into onion rings and put on in the dish later.
That could be something. So
mean, you could have asked me to get that ingredient. So, soy sauce and bay leaves.
So this is the brown sugar. So this is a teaspoon of sugar.
Teaspoons or, yeah, 3 teaspoons of brown sugar.
Yeah. And a teaspoon of
2 teaspoons.
3 teaspoon of black pepper. And
Bay leaves.
the vinegar. And this is the vinegar.
Okay, how much vinegar?
Teaspoon of vinegar.
3 tablespoons of vinegar.
Yeah. So I have to put everything in here. Maybe this one is just half now, and then after you put it, you can put it later. So let's have this one.
So you're adding half of all those ingredients, right? So the bay
So I
leaf,
put all the bay leaf in it, and this is this one onion.
that's the soy sauce.
Soy sauce.
The soy sauce, yeah. This is the half cup soy sauce. And then I had to put 1 cup of
7-Up.
1 cup, no,
1 cup.
2 cups of Sprite.
7-Up.
Oh no, 7-Up. This is
Sprite?
7-Up. My goodness. Yeah, okay. Sorry.
2 cups of 7-Up. Rice.
Normally. So people sometimes they put the whole can, but I don't want to put that one at the can. But you can add it later.
Okay, is there a reason why, or what does the 7-Up or the Sprite or the Coke, what does it do to the meat when you cook with it?
What does it do? What does the 7-Up do to the meat?
So the 7-Up and the vinegar to make the meat a little bit tender. So that's why we have to put this one. But the vinegar is just like give the meat like how to go, like
Helps tenderize it?
huh?
Like
Helps
salty?
tenderize it?
Yeah, tenderize the meat. Yeah, this is so Aniela want to put the Sprite.
Drink it.
That's not vinegar, that is the Sprite. And then you have to add 3 cups of oil. 3 cups of oil.
Okay, so that was 2 cups of 7-Up. And now we're going with 3 cups of water.
Yeah, 2 cups of oil.
Yeah, somebody was asking about vinegar. I think vinegar was the first thing that she added there.
Yeah, that was 1/3 a cup of vinegar.
Yeah.
Do you want to show the bottle of vinegar, the one you use? It could be any vinegar, but maybe show the bottle that you're using.
The Silver Swan cane vinegar.
So you can get that in most Asian stores. It's usually packaged by itself, or you can get it along with a 2-pack with soy sauce, which is usually a special price.
So I mix them already.
Also the soy sauce we use. But I think you can use any soy sauce. I'm not sure.
The same brand. This is Silver Swan and Silver. So in Philippines, I always cook Silver Swan, but there's so many kind of soy sauce in the Philippines, like Dato Puti or Silver Swan. But I always use Silver Swan because they say it's the best for pork adobo. But I have best pork adobo. That's why my husband like it. Okay. So I have to color and when you make it boil, so we boil it.
So you put it on maximum in terms of
So
temperature?
yeah, so make a little bit high to boil them, and I
So
leave
you've
it
got,
for like maybe 45 minutes to an hour sometimes. Yeah.
okay, so you've got it on high heat and you'll boil it for about 45 minutes.
Huh?
He's asking if you put it on high heat and then
Yeah.
boil it
Boil.
for 45 minutes.
See, you blah blah blah.
No,
Yeah, you
no.
go.
I say a no.
So
Or wait.
Millie is asking about the banana blossoms. Yeah, the banana blossoms are put in near the end. And the fish sauce, what do you do with the fish sauce?
the fish sauce has to put at the very last. At the very last cook, because that is make more taste. But if you notice it, I didn't put any salt in because
Salty already.
with the soy sauce and fish sauce and 1 cube of the a chicken cube is more than enough. So I don't put salt in. Right?
Okay, so now you're adding
So it's
1 cube.
Cut it in half. Yeah, you know, cut it from here. Huh? Yeah. Oh, you can cut like that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Then put it in there. Okay.
So now you're adding the cubes.
Yeah.
What are the chicken cubes?
Yeah, that's the chicken cube. So when they get boiled, when they boil it, I'm gonna put the star anise. Okay. So the star anise is when I cook my pork adobo, I don't put the star anise. It's
He doesn't
because
like the
I don't
smell?
really like this. But my husband liked the smell. You did you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people like the star anise because of she has a aromatic skin tip, and it's very good smelling for some people, but not for me. It make me headache.
It smells like
Yeah, so she gets a headache from the star anise, but I like the flavor in the adobo that she's made it with before. Now, star anise is very similar taste or flavor to licorice. If you like licorice, like black licorice, it's not overpowering, but it's got that that licorice scent to it.
Can you explain?
I don't know how to explain. I've never used star anise.
So this is the brand of star anise that we get in the Asian market. But it's a lot, and this is the belly.
So what would you suggest? How much star anise would you use?
How much one?
What would you suggest of how much star anise you would use?
2.
There, Dad got it.
Two of the flowers. And you can get that at the Asian market.
So if you have a smaller pot, then you would have to use 1.
Yeah.
I have a question for Millie. I see you have banana blossoms. Where did you find them from?
Mom, where did you get the banana blossoms from? Millie is asking.
So I get
No.
a banana blossom at the seafood city. Seafood city, right?
Yeah, Millie has some also. Millie's cooking along with you. I wonder where she got hers from, because they're not easy to find.
Yeah. So because this is very one out fast in the store, but sometimes they don't have. But I get like 2 packages at the city, seafood city. So lucky I have 2 packages left.
Oh, Millie bought hers at Lucky 97, so she must have got lucky because they're usually out.
Oh no, she found.
Yeah.
How did we buy it from Lucky 97 if they don't have it?
No, they were usually out, so she got them in stock.
So Aniela gonna cut the so I gonna cut this onion, but Aniela gonna cut the spring onion. That is her task.
Wait, do I just cut it thin, right? Mom? Do I just cut it thin?
No, don't cut it. Just cut like that, and then I'll show you how to cut it,
Okay.
and then wash it, please.
Wash it.
And just the garbage.
Oh, okay, thanks. So you cut off the ends, right, Mom? And then you wash it? You cut off the ends?
Wash it,
So
and
for
I
this-
gonna cut it.
For this recipe, you have about 8 of them, is it? Yeah,
Yeah, I gonna cut it.
Here is
6 of them, Aniela. 6 or 8. 6.
she had 9.
So sometimes when you cook, when the meat, when the boil, sometimes there is like a little bit bubbles in it. It's because of the Sprite from the 7 Up. So I pick them out sometimes when we get a lot.
so you're popping bubbles now?
So when almost done, I can add a little bit sugar and the black pepper and the sesame.
How long did you say that she boiled for how long? Yeah, 45
I think
minutes?
30. I forgot to maybe 30 minutes.
Okay.
But and then it has to cook at least 45 an hour.
Oh.
So, how many more?
So towards the green onions, you take off the dead meats. I think.
The garbage is good.
I just got lazy. Even though it's right next to me.
How many do this one? Okay, take off this one. This one. This one, the old one, it has to take this out. My brother didn't have this one.
So how important are these green onions? They're very important to this,
Huh?
the green onion, they come in last into the,
Yeah, so
the last,
already cut it half normally, yes, and then what I can do is draw them on the 2, 4, 6, 8, and then so I can just cut this. So cut off only yeah. And normally I have to cut them. Get the plate, please.
So the green onions, you cut them in half. And then the other ones, because they're such long stems on the onions, they're quite wide. She's cutting them down into
The spring onion is a little bit bigger, so I just cut it half on it. But normally they are very thin. You don't need to cut them. I have to cut them to look a little bit nicer. So now it's boiled. So while this is boiled, so what I gonna do is I have to sometimes with this bowl, this one I wanna take this out because this is from the sprite too, but some of them is from the blood. Yeah, but I don't really like them.
So that's the foamy
Yeah.
residue
Some
on
of
the
them have
top.
to take it out. I don't like them. But this is the bubbles is not it's come from the 7 Up. That's why they do that. But this is like get you more tasty. So my husband wants it a little bit dark pork adobo. So some people didn't like really dark. It's because of the soy sauce, But my husband want more like he like a little bit dark, like this one's a little bit white because
So it will get darker than this?
yeah, so it can put more. So maybe I can add a little bit more soy sauce, like maybe 2 more spoons of it, because it's not too light for it's too light, right? Oh. So the smelling is very aromatic now. It's because of the bay leaves, and so now I'm gonna put the star on this one to make it more. It smells good. So this one is very big spring onion. So I have to cut like that half. So you cut like this and put it in. Okay. And then you have to cut that. You cut it. So you have to learn how to cut it. Okay. Okay. Then this way.
So you wouldn't have to do that if your green onions are on the smaller side. These are monster ones, right?
I think. You did it with that. Thank you. I'm so talented, but yes. Huh? There's one over here. good? No?
Mom,
So who makes the better adobo, you or your mom?
this is the first time.
For you to see her making it?
Well, actually,
Well, actually cooking.
like this.
Well, not this, okay. So you guys usually have a smaller, like,
Yeah,
Or-
usually small.
okay. She's downstairs.
She just left.
Now you gotta give us a name, huh? The word on how, what's going on now?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. So after cutting the onions, you gotta just wait for it.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So you've got all the green onions, spring onions cut, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that will go in later on in the dish, I believe, right? So yeah, I was talking to somebody earlier today, and they were from South America. I believe Peru was the location where they're from. And they said, what cuisine is being prepared tonight? And I said, Philippine cuisine. And then she said, oh, really? What are they cooking? And I said, adobo. And she said, oh, that's my favorite, right? So this is a very, like, very tasty dish. Lots of flavor built into it. I'm sure the ones that are Millie and Tamara that are cooking along with us here, they'll understand that if they've never made it before. And it'll probably be not their last time they cook it either, right? Once they try it, right? So anyway, that's a bit of a story I had today about pork adobo. So it's boiling there.
Yeah, it's boiling. Just a lot of onions. Contemplating how much onions she bought. I think it's look better. I don't think I added another. Yeah, just give this onion. I think it's look okay. Let me just make a little. You wanna try it? So, which one? Oh, the last thing you can do, I'm gonna, this is the banana spread. So the banana spread now I'm gonna start soaking in them. So before the that, so I'm gonna soak them.
So they dried right now, like, or they're a little on the moist side, right? Before.
More water. More water.
They're banana blossoms and they're sort of on the sort of medium.
This one is look a little bit brown. So when you go like soak them for a bit.
So this is set up at like, or it says on the menu that these are optional. Not all the time that you cook these, do you put the banana blossoms in? But they are very
So
tasty.
in Cebu, we call it saging. Saging bulaklak. In Bisaya is how to say buwak sa saging. This is my language in Cebu. So yeah, most Filipino when they cooking cook adobo, they always have banana blossom. So bread like this one. So I have to soak it a little bit, and then I have to stick this one. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with this? Huh? What are you gonna do with this? This is the first shot. The first shot. Dragon fruit.
So Marife, when did you come from the Philippines? Or where did you come from? Cebu, right?
Yeah, so I come from Cebu and I come to Canada when it's 2007. 2007 and from 2007 I become a permanent resident, and then at the same time we live in the Philippines for back and forth, and then 2012 we come back to Canada and live here for good, and I become a Canadian citizen on 2007, so 10 years old.
No, 2017, right?
And this is the Filipino Canadian. You have to say something. Where you from?
Hi, I'm from Cebu, Philippines. I was born there, but I'm also half Canadian. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
How old are you now?
No Canadian.
Both half.
How old are you now?
I'm Jeff Kamara.
13. 13.
Goodbye.
So Aniela came to Canada. She was born in Cebu, Philippines, and she came to Canada when she was 4 years old. Well, when she was,
So living in Canada for myself is not easy here.
He does not like the cold and she keeps complaining.
But I learn a lot of people how to get along, a lot of people and learn more English. And but actually, I live in Hong Kong. Hong Kong is my second place. I live in Hong Kong for 16 years. I worked there as a nanny, and then come to camp.
So Hong Kong, how far is Hong Kong from Philippines? I don't know much about the. Is it close by? Hong Kong, is it close to Philippines?
Yeah,
Well,
it's very close here. It's like 3 hours
3 hours?
Yeah.
From your hometown?
from my hometown.
Okay.
And then Canada is take 24 hours.
Okay. 24 hours from Hong Kong to Canada. Okay.
So I have to come to Canada. I have to fly Canada, Hong Kong, Philippines.
Mhm.
This is, I have only stopped over one flight in Hong Kong. But it takes so long. Sometimes you're like 26 hours, sometimes depends on her flight situation. But it's like-
Okay.
So it's just almost done. Can you get me 4 pieces? No, they are missing.
Mm. Seems like licorice.
No, no. Yeah, pork and that one. I wanna try this all the things. That's like the one. Let's try it. I'm gonna put it back. So now we're gonna add a little bit salt now. Now you can do has to wash a little bit more because the rice is done. Yeah, the rice is done.
So you're washing the banana blossoms, you're rinsing them off. They've softened up now after being in the water for soaking in the water for about 10 minutes.
And when the water gets so clear, it means it's already cleaned up. So, but I want to wash more, a little bit more. One. So I have to do it. Then you wash the
So you're take wringing the water out so it doesn't,
So now let's go back. Make sure that it has no water left. So it's like that. Brad liked this so much. Yeah, he liked this one and he liked this one. And then for me, no matter what, I can cook without this one and the star anise. But Brad like this and the star anise, so I have to do the smell. But this is the most our favorite meal so far at home. Sometimes I do a pancit canton, but this is my husband's and kids' favorite. It's pork adobo all the time. So we have it most like twice a month only. It's very hard to cook this one with this all the oil flying all over and make me injured, and then that's why I don't want to cook ramen. But today I try to cook this again.
have you put the peppercorns in yet or they, you put them in later?
Put the peppercorn in the pot. So the peppercorn is still here. So I'm gonna try.
So you've got the fish sauce, the peppercorns, a little bit of soy sauce.
Give a spoonful.
Taste test. So it appears there's a certain flavor she's looking for here.
sweet. But also, you like it?
Mhm.
Oh. This is the one. Say, give me the fork, please, and a fork. The big fork or the small fork? So this is almost done. It's in there. Where's my book? Did you eat them? Oh yeah. It was a breakfast. Uh, did you mute it? Can you mute it?
I think you're on mute, Farai.
Yeah,
No, can't hear you.
a question.
Hello?
Oh, we're not on mute anymore, Brad.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the plastic.
So are you snacking?
Yeah.
I'm just testing. No, it's almost, I think it's almost done. There's a few more ingredients that go into it.
So the rice is done.
What, the rice is done?
So the rice is done. When they get green, that means it's done. So I have to, this one is done. So I have to do a little bit stirring them. So my mom always tell me when the rice is done, you have to stir them. Because my mom always told me to stir the rice, otherwise they will get sticky. And it's very hard to. Ah,
Bring us along.
So you're fluffing the rice up.
hard. Just to stir the rice and make it for pork. So every time you have pork adobo, we have always plain rice.
Oh, so it's plain rice, eh?
Yeah, just the plain rice.
Not fried rice, not anything like that.
Yeah,
plain.
sauce too.
Oh,
You like plain rice?
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, every time some people do like fried rice for the pork adobo, but I don't like fried rice
Mhm.
because most of Filipino when we have a pork adobo is always have the plain rice. So otherwise, if you eat with the with fried rice, so you cannot really taste. What is taste pork adobo. So basically, when you have the plain rice, you can tell how yummy or you can compare, right? You can feel how it's good, how it tastes, how you like the 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 taste of pork adobo with a plain rice. So basically, if you have fried rice pork adobo, the fried rice would over flavor.
Tamara is asking a question here if the sauce is supposed to thicken.
So now I gonna put the
There's a question.
Yeah, Tamara is asking if the sauce is supposed to thicken. Does the sauce thicken on its own or?
Actually, if you want chicken with this one, you
No.
can.
No, thicken.
Is the sauce like? Can I get thick? The sauce, the fish sauce.
I'll answer that. The sauce is actually just the way it is. It doesn't thicken unless you add cornstarch to it. But you wouldn't want to in this recipe because you want the plain white rice to absorb some of the liquid. So it thickens when you put it on as a rice topping.
So now I'm gonna put this peppercorn. So, but this is also optional if you want to put the peppercorn on it after for a little bit. Someone asked if you have to take the star anise and the bay leaf out.
We've never taken it out. It basically stays in. I mean, you take it out after, when you're eating, but you just leave it in when you dish it up and you just push it off the side of your plate when you wouldn't want to eat the star anise or the bay leaves, but they're just in there, part of the garnish.
So and also some people would like to put some chicken on chicken and pork together. You can put it together with chicken, but for me I don't like put chicken and the pork together. They get chicken pork adobo. You call it chicken pork adobo, but this one is called pork adobo only. But some people like to put some chicken in it. Or just chicken? Yeah. So it's basically optional what you want.
And Tamara, the green onions are added near the end. They're not really as a garnish. They'll be cooked into it, but just like slightly cooked. Same thing, there will be sweet onion going into it at about the same time. The sweet onion rings.
And now we have to just open a little bit. So when it's almost done cooking, you have to open it a little bit the lid to make it a little bit evaporate the water.
It looks like the gravy has a little bit of thickness in it.
Yeah. Yeah,
You just,
thickness, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't even need to add anything to thicken this the gravy.
Yeah. So some people they like a lot of sauce in it, but for me, Brad like a lot of sauce. But for the adobo, you have to make a little bit like less sauce in it because when you do less sauce, it's much more tasty. Yeah. So today I'm gonna make a little bit more less. So you get a little bit sticky, right? Look like a little bit thick.
Yeah.
So I think I don't have to add any sauces anymore. maybe the sugar, and I add a little bit. Almost done. So, the last thing I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna cut the sweet onion.
Okay, so that's a sweet onion that you have there, right?
Yeah, so this is the sweet. Some people don't like the last didn't like onion so much. So, but because Brad and the kids we like onions, so I have always put this one at the end. Look good. Ah. So I'm gonna cut the green. I think it's enough. And then I cut you did a good job for the spring onion and yeah. Oh, cry. You better I become a cut. So cute. Don't cry for me, Argentina.
Be careful.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
I don't understand.
Lovely. You want to cut it? Then right? Okay. No, this one, don't touch it. No, I just need to see when you cut it.
Be careful.
Go for it, Anna. Yeah, I'll cook the spring onions. Oh, Kathy. She loves to assist the kitchen. But she doesn't know how to cook it. I got it. No, come on. Be careful. Uh-oh. Okay, and then I don't know what I did. When you do it, Maniela, I'm cutting like that.
So now you break it apart into rings.
No. That's fun. Put that one with me. Go rest your eyes.
Karen, your banana flowers or banana blossoms, they just add another dimension, texture to the dish. I really like the banana blossoms, but I don't get them all the time. So I get treated with them every once in a while. And yeah, but like I say, sometimes we can't find them, so we have to do without. But we're starting to learn to stock up on them. And the knife is sharp, but they're scaring me the way they're using it.
Iba for the
So I think there's only 3 ingredients left. spring onions, the sweet onion, and the banana blossoms to go in. And then everything's together. And that's,
The ground pepper,
oh yeah, the pepper.
the brown sugar, and then
The fish sauce.
the dog. My eyes.
You done?
No.
That's a lot.
I think we overdosed.
There's overdose onions. There's a lot of onions.
Well, that was a pretty big onion.
Huh?
So now the pork is almost done. So I'm gonna put now the banana blossom. But this is also optional. So if you don't have this banana, it's okay without the banana anyway.
Well, there's a banana blossom have to be cooked.
Yeah.
So the sauce is thickened up a bit because you had the lid off of it. So it's evaporated a bit.
So I just cover it for 3 minutes and then 3 minutes and then again
That's
start with this one. No, this is done. And this is done. Yeah, and this,
You said to add more brown sugar.
no. in-
And Yellow wants to drink the rest of the 7-Up.
Wait a minute. Yeah, thanks in their side. She's learning how to cook. So, and then the meat is very tender. Done. So I'm gonna add now the fresh sauce. This is the fresh sauce. So this is the
So that's about 2 tablespoons of fish sauce.
yeah.
Let's see
So
this.
the fish sauce, the one. This is the fish sauce.
This is the brand of the fish sauce.
Pinoy sauce.
But I think
So this is actually for this is actually the brand is Lucky Pinoy. But this is also this is that is patis, but it's come Philippines. But this is made in Thailand, but it's no matter what, it's just the same. But yeah. So now I add a little bit of black pepper.
So that's the ground pepper
Yeah.
and 1 teaspoon.
So the meat is very tender now. So now I'm gonna add the sweet onion. There's a lot of onion. Grab like this. This one.
The brown sugar is about 3 tablespoons of brown sugar.
Yeah. This tablespoon sugar. So this one, the adobo, you can put some people like raw, so some didn't like, so I just put it in here. But Brad like when you cook, but some people like to put it on the top of the rice when you're eating. It's like, yeah, it's like optional. And then I will put 3 minutes on it. Okay.
So 3 minutes, it'll be done, I think, right?
Yeah, you're gonna have some now.
Yeah, so maybe you can make up a plate up a plate of rice.
North.
You seem like you already had your meal.
This is the only thing I was excited about.
The 7-Up.
Yes. The leftovers. Don't break the counter.
It's just a dish. Okay.
You saw nothing down.
So Aniela, you came over from the Philippines when you were 4 years old. Do you remember the Philippines? Are you learning about the Philippines? Actually, Aniela is, when she was younger in the Philippines, she spoke Filipino, but now she's learning Filipino to speak Filipino and taking every Sunday course to learn to speak Filipino. Right, Aniela?
Yes.
So then now it's after 3 minutes, it's open now. After stirring a little bit.
You need a longer spoon. There's a bunch of spoons right there.
It looks good.
Check colors. So now it's done. So I want to put this one in the plate. And I'm gonna have bowl of rice. Oh,
That's it, yeah.
So that's finished now. It's off the heat and it looks very tasty. And it is.
so it's done. So I'm gonna put this some on the plate already. Has to be cold. It's very, very soft. Oh, so I'm gonna put this off. And the optional, take it more satisfied.
Yeah, Tamara is saying she's got a lot of liquid in her still. Just hold the spoon up with the liquid to see. Yeah, see, it's thickened up a bit. So the sauce is really good. All right, so if you got lots of liquid, that might be good because the rice soaks it up.
So here is my pork adobo. I hope you enjoy watching, and thank you to everybody.
Yeah, thank you, you guys. Thank you, Aniela and Maripe. That very nice presentation and nice to show you or show us how you are cooking your pork adobo. And I hope everybody has a chance to try it. On behalf of the Edmonton Intercultural Center, we'd like to thank everybody for participating and joining in our weekly cooking classes. And you'll find the recipes either on our website, Edmonton Intercultural Center .ca, or you can go to the YouTube channel, A Cultural Fusion on our YouTube channel, and you'll find this recipe in the next few days here. So thank you very much, guys. Next week, we've made a change in the schedule. We will be having Indonesian cooking, and it'll be presented by Chef Francesca, and for an Indonesian meal. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Anything you want to say before you go? Thanks, Marife. Thanks,
Thank you so
Daniela.
much. Hope you enjoyed watching my cooking tonight, and thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you very much.
bye-bye. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
So for life for you.